Hi, I'm Scott Ferguson with LightReading, and we're at Mobile World Congress 2018, and we're talking to Kevin Hutchins. He is the Senior Vice President of Strategy and Product Marketing at Juniper. Kevin, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Can you talk a little bit about the concept of the self-driving network? What do we mean by that?
Sure. So our view is that networks have become inherently complex. And increasingly the demands on the network require a greater level of visibility and a greater level of automation in order to allow you to run them much more effectively at a much lower cost. So the vision for the self-driving network is ultimately getting to a truly autonomous network experience, one that has a high degree of automation, has the ability to self-heal, has the ability to provide not only analytics on what's happening, but also the ability to start predicting what will happen with regards to the network and allowing the operator to take more proactive steps to ensure continuous operation of the network and optimal performance.
So speaking of automation, what are Juniper Bots and what impact are they having on automation?
Yeah, so the path towards a true self-driving network is not a big bang. It's going to take multiple steps, and the very first step is really creating more of a platform that enables automation that customers can take advantage of across multiple use cases. And just to be clear, the purpose of automation, just to begin with, is to take repetitive, manually intense tasks and allow the machine to do that for you. So the bots are basically applications that sit on this platform that I was describing that essentially take individual tasks and automates them, takes it out of the hands of an operator who would be doing that manually. So for example, peering is a very common application that a network operator has to configure. And more often than not, just having to go through all of the manual steps to set up a peering relationship, it's not only a wide number of steps, but it's actually very timely. It's very time consuming, but it's also fraught with potential errors because of each one of those steps. If you misconfigure, then you'll potentially create errors that could cause you to have either delays or failures in service. And so bots are applications that take all of those steps, package them up in a intent-driven, so something that can be expressed in human language, intent-driven interface, convert that into the rich set of configuration instructions that need to be delivered to the network, and then ensures that they are delivered properly and then provides status back to the operator.
And speaking of which, what are the business impacts for those implementing these bots?
Yeah, so we've introduced a number of bots, including we at the show here we've introduced a new bot as well. But previously we introduced a bot on peering. We've introduced something that we call Health Bot, which is really about how do you do in-depth monitoring of the network. And then most recently here we introduced our node slicing bot for helping customers actually set up and manage node slicing within their network. Each one of these bots, like I said, is essentially taking operator error and manual work out of the process. So the biggest immediate benefits are really around removing all of that rework, removing time to go figure out what's gone wrong in terms of a configuration, and also just basically reducing the cost of operations. So for our peering bot, which we introduced late last year, one of our first customers was a tier 1 service provider, and excuse me, our estimate for cost savings based on implementation of the peering bot was they could eliminate 39% of their total cost of ownership based on using the bot for a 3-year period relative to if they had continued to do that configuration manually.
Kevin, thank you very much.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks.